All right, what's going on, guys? This is Luke here. Today we had an eval session on NQ. We ended up taking a break even, a loss, and a win, and we ended up ending the day plus 1500 on eval. Again, I have everything in the live update section of the Discord if you guys want to join. Links in the pinned comment. And for the next 48 hours, Alpha is doing a buy one get one on the standard account, so that's what I was trading today. So if you guys want to cop them, the link will be in the pinned comment. If you guys want to sign up, you'll get that as well. So yeah, let's get right into this. So coming into the day, I wanted to see either price continue up higher into this daily fair value gap, or I wanted to see price run through the sell side before a continuation back up. Those are my two game plans. If we were going to see continuations, I wanted to see all this sell side get ran through, or if we were going to see continuations to the upside, I wanted to see this daily gap get filled. So coming into market open rate, let me just pull up market open really quick. Right over here, we had this initial manipulation down, then we had this manipulation up, and I honestly thought we were going to see continuations higher at this point off this 3-minute gap. We ended up inversing it, and we ended up running lower. So I unfortunately didn't get in on this. Looking back, this would have been a great entry for shorts to get in off this 3-minute inversion. We had manipulation above the highs, but again, we did leave relative equal highs with the previous week high. So again, I think that was what was throwing me off, because I thought we'd maybe see a continuation back higher, but we ended up continuing lower, and we ended up respecting off this 3-minute gap. And the reason I went for longs right here, I was kind of ignoring that, was because we did technically have a bullish SMT off the lows. ES had swept a lot lower and was taking out a lot more sell side. It had taken out this swing low over here. We had taken out Asia. We'd already taken out London. And as you can see, NQ hadn't taken this low out. So I figured we had a bullish SMT somewhat in play. And I wanted to look for a reversal, kind of like a high risk reward reversal, because if you see at this point, we had tons of built up low resistance buy side liquidity up here, and then we could target previous week's high. So I wanted to see if I could at least get to like a break even. So at this point, we had a 30-second inversion, which was the highest time frame inverse. Again, we have a bullish SMT. I'm looking for a high risk reward play. As soon as we come up and take these internal highs out, I go break even, and then we end up getting stopped out break even, and then I go again for a re-entry after, I think it was after we swept this low. I can't remember exactly when it was because I don't have it marked out. I'll have to go back and look and post later, but 30-second inversion, I tried it again just because I still had that bullish SMT. We had even more low resistance buy side liquidity. Now we were targeting these relative equal highs right here. So I went in, it was somewhere in and around here, I don't remember, but we ended up getting stopped out on that again. Not the smartest, but this again was eval. We could have obviously looked for that continuation, but regardless, I just was willing to take it because I knew it was a high risk to reward trade. I knew we had previous week's high up here and this daily fair value gap above, and I knew that there was a high chance, or there was a chance that we could come up and at least take out this these relative equal highs up here. But anyway, we ended up getting stopped out of that. That was a risky trade, of course. Obviously not something that I would take on like a funded, but is what it is. So from there, we end up getting stopped out, and price comes back and pulls into this 5-minute bearish fair value gap. We had just taken out New York lunch low, but we still had this hourly low rate. Here's our next draw on liquidity, and we still technically had that Friday low. And the reason I liked this trade a lot was because at this same time, ES was super close to taking out that Friday low. So right now it's taking it out, obviously, but at the time over here where NQ was respecting off that 5-minute gap, we still had range like right around here that it could come down and take out this Friday low. And if ES was going to pull down, it was probably going to pull NQ down with it to come down as well. So at this point, I was looking for a continuation short. Price pulled back into this 5-minute bearish fair value gap right here, and we started to look for an inversion entry out of that gap. So we look for the highest time frame inversion at this point, and we get this 2-minute. So right here we get the 2-minute inverse. I take my one entry off the initial 2-minute close. I get another re-entry on this poke back in, and basically I just run stops kind of above this 5-minute candle body, and I was basically just targeting the 1500 total for the day. That's all I was targeting. So obviously, ideally, I would have targeted down to this low, and obviously that would have hit. But as soon as we hit our profit target for the day, I was out. So we ended up only catching about like 1.3 R or something like that, depending on about 1.26 or wherever exactly it closed. I'll have to double check. But again, first trade was a high risk reward, kind of a gamble. Again, 30-second inversion. We had a bullish SMT technically forming off the lows. I wanted to see price run through this buy side up potentially into previous week's high, because we did have a relative equal high with the previous week's high. First one was break even, and then I just tried it again. Low risk again. Like I didn't lose that much on this, even though it was eval. We ended up getting taken out on that, but that was fine. Again, that was just a super kind of a gamble just for eval. Then on the 5 minute continuation off this gap, ES has a clear draw lower at the Friday low over here. I'm looking at an inversion play. We get a 2-minute inversion, price pokes back in, and we just basically target that full 1500. Again, I ideally would have liked to target like here or the swing low right here, but regardless, we end up hitting TP and we end the day with a plus 1500 day on eval. So that's it for me, guys. We'll be back to normal tomorrow trading. Again, today we just traded eval because it was a no news Monday and I wanted to save capital because we do have a pretty good rest of the week so far. So that's it for me, guys, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.